Hi friends! I'm so happy you're here today because I have been wanting to do this vlog for a while now, and I have the next couple of days off, so I was like, this is the perfect time to do it. I'm so excited. I saw Lauren from Happy Haunts Library do this vlog, reading clown books vlog a couple of months ago, so I will link her channel down below and the video. You should definitely go check it out. It's a beautiful vlog, and I just felt inspired, and I was like, yes, I need to do that. And I felt like I was just like you know, the clown theme, and I'm here for it, and I'm so excited. I am fully now a clown. I'm down to clown. So some of the books I want to read in this vlog, it's a little bit of a mix. So definitely want to read Cotton Candy Massacre by, is it Christopher Robertson. I am super excited to read this. The plot of this, the back of it makes it sound like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, so very excited for this. And also this cover, amazing. And then Clown in the Cornfield 2, Friendo Lives, is a sequel to Clown in the Cornfield. This is, yeah, it's Clown in the Cornfield 2. Duh. By Adam Caesar. This is a clown like serial killer, and I guess I can't talk about where this one picks up without giving away too much from the first one, but I enjoyed the first one, and I hear the second one's actually really good. So as in physical books too, I have Full Tilt by Neil Shusterman. Why couldn't I say that? I don't know. Do clowns do that normally? Do they honk their noses? I don't have one of those noses. I can't do it. But I hear there's creepy clowns in this. I heard it, as in I looked it up. This takes place in a carnival setting. And then as for books I want to read on KU, Spiders versus Clowns versus Spiders by Jeff Strand. I definitely want to get to, and this one Kelsey talks about a lot. I feel like this one is like really fun, and I think it made some of her top list. I do know Clown Flesh made her goriest award of 2022. This one's also on KU. I'm super excited to get to that one. And so those are the 5 books I have picked out as of right now. And I want to watch some movies as well, clown movies. There's a couple of clown movies that I actually haven't seen. One of them being Clown. I hear this one's really disturbing. It's about a guy that gets a clown mask stuck on his face. So I'm totally here for it. So yeah, I am super excited to read clown books and hopefully not become full clown at the end of this vlog. We shall see. Hey, hey! Hey, hey! So I'm here for my first check-in of my clown reading vlog. I'm out running errands right now, so sorry if the lighting is weird or whatever in my car, but it's very loud in my apartment. So I finished Clowns vs. Spiders by Jeff Strand. I thought this was on Kindle Unlimited, but for my Kindle app was acting really weird. I couldn't find it, but I listened to it on Scribd. It's a great audiobook, and honestly, the title explains it all. I think the funnest part of this was the friendship with the clowns. I think was really genuine and wholesome because, you know, they're not scary clowns. They didn't want to be scary clowns. They went to clown college and they worked at a circus for like 10 or 15 years until they got laid off because nobody likes clowns anymore. and they have to work at a haunt. But there's these giant spiders. I love the introduction to this. It starts off like 100 years in the past with the spiders, and I really liked that. But I will say there's a very muted reaction to the spiders in this book from a family, and I was like, this doesn't seem realistic. Like, nobody freaked out. I'm all about the freak out of it, because it's giant spiders. Like, somebody's gotta freak out, right? I liked that. I like freak out moments, and there wasn't any, so it kind of pulled me out of it. I was like, this doesn't really seem realistic. This book also takes place in Virginia representing, and it takes place around Halloween, which is really cool. So I think I'm leaning towards like a 3.5 or like a 4-star for this, just because it really took me out of the story, because nobody really freaked out over the giant spiders. Especially some little kids. It's like, I feel like you'd be losing it. Like, I don't know. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I highly recommend it if you're looking for a very short little read. It was a lot of fun, very atmospheric too. The way the webs and stuff happen in this, very cool. Very cool. So I really enjoyed it. And I didn't watch Clown yet, but I did watch Blood Harvest on Tubi. This has Tiny Tim in it, you know, the demon from Insidious. If you guys know, that's a Halloween joke. It's yeah. Anyways, I was surprised by this movie, I guess, because it was so bad it was good, you know? Like, it was just like horrible and fantastic at the same time. Tiny Tim's character in this Marvo is a clown, but he's constantly crying and praying the whole time while there's like a murderer and there's like drama in the town too. I didn't really quite know where it was going to go, so it kind of did leave you on the edge of your seat a little bit, but where it goes wasn't where I expected it. So it kind of surprised me. So yeah, I think it's so bad it's good. Recommend watching this on Tubi. And the cover of this film is fantastic. The opening is great. Tiny Tim in the clown makeup, fantastic. And yeah, so that has been my clown journey so far. I am starting Clown in a Cornfield 2. I don't know why I did this. And then I will watch Clown tonight. Hopefully I'm going to make Alex watch it too, because I don't think he's seen it. So yeah, he's going to love that. So it is the next day. It is a little later in the day. It's almost 5 o'clock, and I've had to rock my Krusty shirt today because he is one of my favorite clowns ever. Actually, he might be one of my favorite clowns. But anyways, I finished 2 books and I watched 2 more clown movies. I finished Clown in a Cornfield 2, Friendo Lives by Adam Caesar. This is a YA slasher book, and I had a lot of fun with it. I thought it was great. It was actually very cinematic, some of the kill scenes in it, but my only thing is I wish there was like a kill right at the beginning of it, because it didn't feel quite like a slasher, especially going into the sequel. You kind of want to just kick off stuff, but I did enjoy it a lot, and I really liked the ending. So yeah, I'm excited for the next one. And what else is there to say without it giving too much away? I think I think this is a great book. Now, I think what was done with the characters in this was pretty clever, because he had each character like kind of go through something different emotionally and plot wise, which I thought was pretty clever. But yeah, I can't say too much because of the first one, but also this one does deal with like the same real life stuff politically here in America. So if you're not into that sort of stuff, I hear that's like the biggest complaint about Clown in the Cornfield. I personally love it. because it's terrifying. It's like, oh yeah, that is happening. That's scary. So yeah, I really liked it. Lots of killer clowns in this one. Awesome. Like, have I lost my mind yet? And then I finished Full Tilt by Neil Shusterman. This one wasn't so heavy on the clown stuff in this one. It had a couple of clowns in it with machine guns. And that's just because it was the main character's like worst fear. But yeah, dude, same. That would be very scary. That is good, like in Cloud of the Cornfield. But this is more of a younger YA. I think it leans towards middle grade, but our main character is 16. And it's about a kid who survives like a bus accident. He's a sole survivor. And he's hanging out with his friends before he moves, and they're at a carnival. And they meet somebody, and she's like, come to this other carnival. And when they get there, it's like they have to ride 7 rides to get out. And the rides are like death traps. No, there's like a fantasy level to it too. So it reminded me of Something Wicked This Way Comes. And also the Halloween Tree. It felt like a homage to those 2 classic books. And yeah, I didn't really care for it though. It felt very forced, the messaging in it, and it also felt very boring. I was like, really? You're still on the 3rd ride? Like, come on, let's get this over with. So I think I'm leaning towards 2 stars with this, which is sad because I really want to check out more of Schusterman's other YA stuff. I read the Toll series, but I want to do like the Rewind series. I hear that one is like really crazy. But yeah, I was very bored throughout this. So yeah, I think I'm leaning towards 2 stars. Only reason why I finished this because it's super short. And it's like big lettering. And it's like YA. So, you know, you just finish it usually. So yeah, I knocked out 2 YA books, and I watched 2 clown movies. I watched Clown. Finally, I can't believe I've never seen this movie. This movie was hilarious. It is so funny and disturbing and zany, and it was just fantastic. This is about a dad who puts on an old clown costume he finds in his like property that he's managing, and it's cursed and he can't get it off, and it's so funny. It was great. It was funny, dark, gory. I loved it. And then I watched 31. Ooh, I've never seen this. This came out in 2016. And I knew it was not related to like the Firefly movie, so I didn't watch it. And I heard I heard bad things. So yeah, I never watched it until now, and I totally get it. It was horrible. I'm sorry if you like it, but it was just like, even like the setup of this movie with like a monologue, it didn't completely even finish that part. I feel like I was like, what? It felt like just a music video. Yeah, I was just like, no, is it still going? It's only an hour and a half, but it really felt really long. So yeah, I did not care for it at all. I only have 1 more clown movie to watch that I haven't seen. The only clown movie now. I'm sure there's a bunch more clown movies out there, but I'm gonna be reading. I'm going to be watching Stitches. I've never seen Stitches. I hear this is really good, actually. I hear good things about Stitches, and I've never seen it. And then I will be watching Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I have seen that. I've seen this one many, many times, and I absolutely love it. So the last 2 books I have to finish for this vlog, hopefully I'm going to finish tomorrow because tomorrow's my last day off, is Clown Flesh and Cotton Candy Massacre. So I'm super excited. I have a lot more, I guess, clown stuff to absorb. So yeah, I'm super excited. The next time I see you, the next time I check in, hopefully I will have these books done and I have watched another clown movie. But yeah, I will check in later. So it has been a full day since I last checked in, and that is because the last 2 books I decided to read were kind of long. Clown Flesh is like 400 pages and Cotton Candy is like 350 pages, and yeah, I spoiler alert, I loved Cotton Candy. But getting into Clown Flesh first, so this is so gnarly. There is so much great body horror in this and great kill scenes, and I really liked the setting. It is an isolated winter town setting. The descriptions of it was fantastic, great imagery. It made me feel very cold, and also you don't really get clown stories that aren't set around Halloween or summer, so this felt very unique, and the clowns themselves were very unique and what they can actually do. I'm trying to be very vague about this. Let's just say they're not your typical clowns. I'd say they lean more killer clowns from outer space, but not the PG-13 killer clowns from outer space. Definitely more on like the XR rated in an A17 level of clowns from outer space. There's some really disturbing scenes in this. I think this leans into extreme, maybe not extreme horror necessarily, but some of the scenes are very, very graphic and disgusting. And you know, the humans in this aren't great at all either in this small town. So overall, I really enjoyed this book. The only thing that is keeping me from a 5-star is the pacing felt a bit off in this. There's 40 pages left in this book, or there was 40 pages left in this book. I was in it, and then you come across a character who doesn't know about the clowns. And I was like, I feel like it's too late to do this in a book. So yeah, the pacing felt a bit off. It felt a bit slow at times. But overall, I highly suggest it. Clown Flesh by Tim Curran. It is available on KU, Kindle Unlimited, and yeah, it was a blast. It is kind of long though, it's 400 pages, so be prepared for snowy clown, murder, blood, all the good stuff. So I had a blast with it. I watched Stitches. I think this is from 2011. I don't know why I haven't seen this before. This was hilarious. This is a horror comedy. It was so funny, but I would say some of the jokes were repeated a lot in it, so it got kind of repetitive, but it's on Tubi if you want. It's worth a watch if you haven't seen it and you like horror comedy. Some of the effects were pretty funny in it, and yeah, it was pretty funny. I would say out of the clown movies that I watched that I haven't seen before, I actually really liked Clown. Like, that was probably the best one. I did not like 31. Blood Harvest was so bad it's good, right? But Clown felt like it was just like a good horror movie. Like an easy horror movie to watch. So yeah, and then I had to watch Killer Clowns from Outer Space, of course. That is such a fun movie to just like have on in the background. It's on Tubi as well. So all the clown movies are available on Tubi, and you'll probably be like, I know why. So getting into the last book I read for my clown vlog, The Cotton Candy Massacre by Christopher Robertson. Boy, oh boy, was this fantastic. To talk about movies and then to talk about this, I think it's very fitting because this is set up very cinematically. It is set up like a movie. So I called it when I read the synopsis of it. So The Cotton Candy Massacre, written, directed, and produced by Christopher Robinson. And then there are triggers at the front of this, which is very nice. I think all books, especially horror, I think they all should have trigger warnings in it. And then there's like the reviews for it. And then this is really cool too. You can scan this QR code and pull up a playlist on Spotify, and the playlist is actually pretty rockin'. And then you open this, there's like a great forward in it, and it was really entertaining. And then you are in a slumber party, and it's so much fun. So this is set up as like a story told at the beginning at a slumber party about this carnival called Banco's Bonanza, and Banco himself was murdered. I'm not going to get into like all of the details of it, but he was murdered, and pretty much there's like this whole lore about it. But the carnival is coming back 10 years later. Is it 10 or 13 years later in 1989? So it happened in the 70s, the murder, and now they're reopening it. And it is so wild. I don't know what else to really say about the plot other than that it is set up like a movie. So I do recommend reading it physically. I feel like if you listen to it on audio, it might be a little confusing because it does seamlessly like transition. Sometimes it will say cut to or fade in or flashback in it, but most of the time between the characters when you're in the present at the carnival, it just goes, it just switches every paragraph almost. So I think that would confuse me personally listening to a lot of audiobooks, so I'm glad I read this physically. And then just each chapter like has like a great title. It was just a lot of fun, and lots of gore, lots of cheese. There's a lot of cheesiness in this, and I loved it. I loved how disturbing these clowns really were. I said the clown flesh clowns, okay, those clowns are messed up, but these clowns in this book I think is so scary because of how it's set up. And like what instigates it, I guess I should say. I don't want to give too much away because I feel like it was really fun to actually discover yourself. If you're curious and you want to know like more and you like to be spoiled about stuff, you can always DM me, and my Instagram's linked in the description box down below, and I'll let you know. But yeah, I'm glad it didn't give away too much, and I feel like the cover does a really good job too of telling you like what this is about without giving away too much. And yeah, I highly suggest it. I have a couple of favorite kill scenes in this, and yeah, I just loved it. I loved how clowny the clowns were. I don't know what else to say, like, because literally the clowns, like, they are so clown-like. It's very killer clowns from outer space. But yeah, loved it. 5 stars. I loved every second of it. It felt like an 80s movie, cheesy 80s movie that is like legendary, I guess. So yeah, I'm excited to read more from this author. I hear like the zombie sweetheart is really good too, so I'm excited to check that one out. So to wrap up this vlog, I read Spiders vs. Clowns by Jeff Strand, and this isn't technically like a creepy clown book. It's just clowns trying to live their life, you know, and they have to kill all these spiders. And then I read Clown in a Cornfield 2, Friendo Lives, and Full Tilt, and Clown Flesh, and Cotton Candy Massacre, and yeah, I had a blast, and honestly, like, I feel like I just want to like kind of dress clown-esque like the rest of the year, like, hello Katrina, you're the clown, you know. If you guys have any clown recommendations, please let me know. Movies, TV, or books. There are a lot of clown books out there, I realized in my research for this vlog. So if you guys want another clown vlog, let me know. I am down to clown. Anytime, you know. Ho ho ho. That's Santa. What am I doing? Ho ha. That's a clown, right? Now I'm just rambling. If you guys like this vlog, let me know. If you want another themed subgenre, horror subgenre themed vlog, let me know in the comments down below, and be sure to subscribe for more wacky horror stuff. And I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Bye!